this morning and give you an opportunity to take the front row seat and give us your take, your views, your opinions on what looks like a tradition as far as Nigeria is concerned, and that is the government stepping in to help provide some sort of succor to Nigerians through grants, through palliatives, as we've come to know it. And this past week, the federal government launched the distribution of 50,000 trade grants to small businesses in Nigeria's nano sector. Now, the federal government announced the commencement of the rollout for the 50,000 presidential conditional grant scheme, known as the trade grant scheme, to nano businesses across the country. Now, it's getting up to a week now since this announcement was made. If you have any feedback about it taking off in your community, we would love to hear it. If you're one of those who is a beneficiary, let us know. And of course, if you have an opinion about what this means in jumpstarting local businesses, in getting people back on their feet, in stimulating economic activity, let's just have your take on this one. This is yet again something that's not necessarily new. We've been here before a couple of weeks ago in the build-up to the 2019 election with trader money, for instance, right? And there's several other schemes like this that have happened in the past. However, for the most part, Nigerians would say it has failed to hit the nail on the head because the impact has been mediocre at best, and that is, not being overly critical about the government's performance on this. But let's have your take. Join the conversation. The phone numbers will be showing on your screen in a moment. Feel free to also send us a message on WhatsApp if you'd like to interact using that particular platform. But, your thoughts.
Yeah, let me just also add to what Abdullahi said, that the conversation is not whether or not this is desirable. Even the richest of countries do this. We saw that during the COVID situation in the United States. It is the effectiveness of this distribution, the impactfulness of our own kind of distribution. And I understand we have our first caller. Good morning, your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, good morning. My name is Brother Ibrahim from Kaduna State.
Good morning, Ibrahim from Kaduna. May we have your thoughts, please?
Hello, Ibrahim. Are you still there? Okay, we've lost our connection to him. Try again. Try calling back. The number is on your screen. Rules of engagement: just turn down the volume of your TV set as you call in to make your contribution. You were talking about how this is, a global phenomenon. So
even the best of economics practice this sort of handouts. There are people who are below the pyramid that would always benefit from direct interventions like this. Good morning, your name and where you're calling from.
There are people who are...
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Okay, it's a bit tricky. I think we should give them both options for the phone line so that our viewers can try both options, and if one fails, perhaps the other one would work. But also, you can also give us a try on WhatsApp so that you can reach us through a text message, driving home your point and your opinions on this one. The number is showing on your TV screen, and we're asking you a simple question. These government interventions, these packages, do they actually work in turning things around? Hello, good morning, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, good to have you. What's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
My name is Ambrose. I'm calling from Kaduna.
Ambrose from Kaduna. Thank you for joining the conversation, Ambrose. Go ahead.
My name is Ambrose. I'm calling from Kaduna.
Please turn down the volume of your TV set, Ambrose, and just go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, well, this is my first time I'm calling, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining.
What I think is the issue of giving money to people to trade. This money don't go around to the people that need this money. That's my personal opinion.
Why do you say that?
Most of the time, last time they talked about trader money, I've not seen anybody that benefits. I only see them on television. This time around, they're giving money again. I'm only hearing it from you this morning. I don't know the criteria they're using in sharing this money. If this money can get to you, we use that in farming, doing one thing or the other, it can help. Fertilizer is too costly, and they want things to go down. Fertilizer is too costly. Not even chemicals to kill the grass are very costly. I think government should find a way of giving money to people that need it direct. Then give it to the same government people, they give to those that know those that are in government. This money don't get to where it's supposed to be. This is my candid opinion.
Thank you so much, Ambrose, for being a first-time caller, and I have a feeling that you will call again on a different topic, but we appreciate you for joining the conversation.
God bless you.
Thank you. Bless you too. That point stands true, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The politicization of the process has always been a key factor that undermines, the viability as well as the effectiveness of the programs.
And coming off the back of our conversation yesterday around building trust, these are the ways you build trust with people. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yesterday around building trust.
Good morning. Kindly turn down the volume of your TV set. Let us have a conversation, please. Oh my. So we would repeat this again. If you'd have to listen to yourself or listen to us talk to you over the television, that slows down this conversation. The conversation is not seamless, and kind of delays everything. So basically, the moment you get through, you turn down the volume of your TV set, and that way we can have a seamless and uninterrupted conversation. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. May we have your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, Barrister J. from Taraba.
Thank you, Barrister Dane. Please go ahead. Are you there, Barrister? Oh my.
I really think we should give them the second option. I really think we should give them the second option for the phone lines, because sometimes the network.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, my name is Bukari. I'm calling from Jos.
I didn't get your name.
My name is Bukari Abubakar. I'm calling from Jos.
Bukari, good morning. And how is Jos this morning?
It's fine.
Please go ahead and make your point.
Government support packages don't work. Because government don't set up investigative organization to investigate how the packages are distributed and the rest. For example, let's take this petroleum subsidization packages that we are shared. I assure you, none are doing.
I think we've lost our connection to Bukhari there, I think his questions, thoughts about monitoring and supervision is quite key. Even though the government will tell you that, through the ministries, look at the mess with the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry right now. It doesn't inspire confidence.
Every other day you get new revelations about.
Yeah, exactly. Hundreds of billions of naira expended supposedly on Nigerians, but only for us to find out that it has been mismanaged. Hello, good morning, and welcome to the program. State your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Afiki. I'm calling from Taraba State.
Sorry, you're going to have to come again. I didn't hear that quite clearly. Your name again?
My name is Afiniki. I'm calling from Taraba State.
Oh, Afiniki from Taraba State. Thank you so much for joining. Go ahead, please.
Okay.
Go ahead, Afiniki.
Oh my.
Oh, that's just tragic, isn't it?
Afiniki, if you can hear us, please call back.
Call back again. We would love to hear, because so many women are being targeted with this particular program.
Absolutely.
They are the most traders who have some of the most successes in our markets. They run the show, and 50,000, as meager as it appears, could really transform someone's life. That is not to say that it is not in any way meaningful, but of course we're talking about the effectiveness of it, and would love to hear more thoughts about this one.
So Afiniki, if you can hear us, please call us back. We would like to take your views. Our lines are still there on the screen. All right, your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Let us have your name, where you're calling from, and straight to the point.
I'm Shaban Noah, speaking from Bauchi.
Thank you. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes. Yes. My problem of this issue of money, this issue money of giving to, but just like palliative, it's not going to where it's supposed to go.
You have to turn down the volume of your TV set and go ahead and make your point.
That is the thing, because if you look at the money they are the okay. If you look at like here in Bauchi, this money did not come into the people. They're giving to people now where they cannot even pay the money. Mm-hmm. You understand this?
Yes. So what's your suggestion on how these monies can be effectively distributed?
And if you talk another thing, they say you are going to see. My suggestion: let them be sincere to God and do this thing because of God. Not be say because you don't have anybody there, they're not giving to you. Give to the people really. Don't say this one is my own. This one is no. Divide according to government stage. It's not going to people where it's supposed to go because of the problem we have in this country. They don't help the people. If they don't have somebody, they don't get it.
Yeah, I quite agree with you on that. Yeah, I quite agree with you on that point, that the targeting needs to be a bit more scientific and a lot less sentimental, because that's what we see, that there are people who are not motivated to go into business, who are being forced to go into business, or not necessarily forced, but are being identified as prospects when they're clearly not prospects. You understand? Because money is involved, you know, they identify and then they're given, and guess what? They buy a new phone, they buy new shirts, they go, you know, shopping, and they don't invest it. No. And then the aim is defeated. Absolutely. And if you scale that up to, say, significantly 80% of the target beneficiaries are people who do not intend to do business with that money, is money going down the drain? Because these are grants, by the way.
That's right.
All right, let's take a look at our WhatsApp platform. This one is coming from Oyeze, and who is a former co-member. Was a co-member. Yeah. Anyway, in Abuja. Says, please, I need the link to apply for the grant. I really need this to establish my makeup business. The last time I applied, it seems the link was fake. And she said, thank you. I don't know how we're going to go ahead and do that, but I think we can perhaps maybe put it on one of our social media platforms so that you can see how to go about doing it. But like you know, she said, it's very important that Nigerians are well aware of some of these fake websites, because they can steal your information, and more often than not, there are also a lot of scam operations out there.
That's what we get often. We have got reports talking about how people have been lured to pay certain amounts to qualify for some of these entities.
I think when it comes to these grants, you're not supposed to pay any token whatsoever.
Absolutely free.
We've seen that happen.
The moment you start getting a request to pay any kind of money, that should be a trigger. That's a red flag.
Or share the link to others before you are able to. Just know that that's not how a government website is supposed to operate. And usually, they have certain security features on those websites. I wish we have the website handy for you right now, but we don't. However, we're going to make an effort to put it up on our social media platform so that Nigerians can see, you know, the best way forward. But usually, this is where the government also needs to step up with regards to keeping the population informed about these developments, because it looks like, you know, somebody doesn't want the rest of the country to know about this.
The less people that know about this, the better for whatever gimmicks.
But it defeats the whole purpose. The idea is to have people like, I mean, look at this particular individual, for instance, who wants to go into the makeup industry, the fashion industry, and try to make a name for herself, become a productive member, try to apply severally, you know, unsuccessfully.
You know.
I think someone else is on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Afolabi, calling from Nigeria. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good morning, Abdullah.
Good morning, Afolabi. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead.
Okay. My contribution to this program is that, to me, I don't believe in this palliative or what is being called. I don't believe in it because I could remember last time when they rolled out the issue of shoulder money. Before you could, the people in charge of that money, you have to pay them. They will cut the money into two. You get half, they get half. That is number one part of the issue. The second, if I'm eligible to get this money and I'm not able to get it, who do I complain to? Where do I take my complaint to? That's the second part of it. Then the third part of it is, how do you even apply? Before the information will go around, it will like a day or a week or 3 days to close the package. That is when people will start charging and then the will not say the money has been something. And that's how the issue is going to die off. So to me, I'm not in support of this package. If the issue is this money is going to be, let's go to the bank. Go to the bank, make your submission, and you will get a lot. Nobody is paying any money to it. If that thing, when somebody is taking you to one class, because the last time they are doing this money, we went to school. It was done in schools, primary schools, government schools. You go there, you make your submission after some money, then you pay some half of the money, then that is when you now get a lot. But when it is done in the bank, everybody will be there. You will see, I will see. But when you are taken to one primary school at one corner, and you are in need of this money, you just have to pay some token before the money is given to you. So to me, I don't buy the idea. The government, as you say, is sharing this money. Let's go to the official route, not giving it to some people to carry out.
Yeah, I quite agree with you on that one, Afolabi. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Appreciate your thoughts on this one. If we have the database that we claim to have with the social register, this wouldn't be an issue.
That's true.
It would just be like clockwork, because we know who the traders are, we know who, everybody else.
With the click of button.
Back to WhatsApp. I advise the government to employ. Okay, I think he's trying to say that they should boost employment, which would support people, because this isn't reaching the poor people in the country.
And I'm sure the whole idea of this cash and that is to also boost employment by improving whatever we are doing on an individual basis. The idea is if you claim to have 40 million SMEs, a small medium enterprise, and we can empower them to employ just one person, we would have multiplied the number of people employed in that space to 80 million, and that's huge. That's the simple mathematics. So the question is about targeting. It's about reaching those who can then multiply this effect on our society, and that's not what we are not doing exactly correctly. We have another caller. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Asmi Kijibo. I'm calling from Taraba State.
I'm happy to hear that you got back to us. Please make your point.
Yes, sir. Concerning the palliative that you people are talking of, it is wrong for federal government to give those palliatives to the state governors to share. Because most of the state governors, whenever they're giving these palliatives, they share it among their officials. In fact, they set up committees among the officials. Even if an ordinary person will partake of that palliative, it will be either their relatives or somebody that they know. Ordinary citizens, they don't always get that thing. In fact, I would suggest that the federal government should go back to the first time that Buhari was able to give Empower. That first time Empower, the salary or the payment was going on smoothly until Sadia came on the picture and she spoiled everything for Buhari. But the first time, in fact, the poor of the poorest, people that have graduated NC, diploma, and degree are in the village. They applied on the net and they were able to get it without any connection. But since Sadia came in, because she knew what she wanted to do, she was the one that spoiled that process. If the federal government will want to share anything at all, they should be able to get our data. What does it take to get data? If not that they want to give it back to the politician so that they should be able to maybe look for vote for them next time. If not, why would they be giving things back to the state governors? Like in some states, the state governors have not really paid salary for local government and teachers. Why would they now give them such money again? Like in my state, in fact, in some offices, the officials made away with 9 bags, 10 bags, one person, while ordinary person on the street, they didn't get anything from that palliative. So I would suggest that the federal government should try to keep that out of people. It is better for ordinary citizens to get than for officials or government officials that are collecting salary and are depending on politicians again to be getting things over and over against the ordinary citizens. So that's my own suggestion, and that's what I have back from me, please.
Thank you so much, Afiniki, for joining the conversation. Really appreciate that invaluable and passionate call. That the system itself is corrupt in such a way that, you know, the systems don't work, and they don't work in a systematic way where, you know, the bureaucracy involved itself is, you know, infiltrated with, you know, a lot of people who are dishonest about, you know,
they are not saying things that are impracticable. With the amount of information we have around BVN, you can profile somebody within 1 minute. You can tell if this person does anything by just merely looking at their account balances in the last 1 year. You can tell whether they are exposed to the kind of cash that precludes them from the kind of the people who should benefit from different kind of intervention packages by the government. So these profilings are not exactly difficult. Open it up to people and then decategorize them into states and local government and do these simple profilings and simply get people.
How about this one?
This benefit.
The portal for the grants application has been closed around midnight yesterday and distribution has commenced.
And this is coming from who?
Hasn't specified, but if this is true, I think it's unfair because it clearly means that there are a lot of Nigerians who didn't get the opportunity to apply, which just tells you that maybe this was the plan all along. Already beneficiaries have been identified.
So the next way to scale, I mean, the next way to get people to believe in this process is to then tell us who those beneficiaries are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
let there be transparency. Let's see who actually.
Let's see who got what and on what basis were they, you know,
selected.
That way, it will create believability. People can then understand how this. So I think the next step for government is to begin to show us use case testimonies.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, and that way we will understand how effective.
Not the wishy-washy movie trailer type of. Let's see real names. Andrew from Taraba joined the conversation via WhatsApp and he says government policy on giving packages to the citizens is it's a nice idea at this crucial time. But he says, let better educates come to an end first so that those beneficiaries' backlog will be paid. The Nigerianews will convert that money to production. He said, example, maize and groundnut production and things like that. And I said that dark cloud that is hanging over the humanitarian ministry has stopped, because I think the last time was the president had to stop so many programs.
That's right.
Under the ministry.
Complaints around, how they were
and that itself has really disrupted some of the good that those programs were able to achieve. And that's why we always talk about, you know, how corruption itself is quite, you know, becoming the bane of our existence as a country. This one from Michelia in Gombe says, all these fire brigade approach to poverty alleviation will not work. Let the government put in place sound policies to enable citizens become more involved in businesses that will sustain them. Sharing 50,000 naira, 10,000 naira to political thugs, he said, cannot work. Appreciate your input, Michelia. There are some of them who are not thugs, I can assure you. How do I get the government support packages? Maybe you can answer this one.
Of course, this is one question that has been going round and round. And I think you may need to explore the website of the humanitarian, the Ministry of Humanitarian.
There are so many websites, by the way.
And also the presidency, because some of these things are domiciled under the presidency, some are domiciled with the small and medium enterprise development agencies. Some of these grants are also domiciled with the vice president office, you know. So just look around. Like Abdullah promised, we will also do some scrambling and put a couple of these websites together in our social media handles so that we would also bring you value that way.
Okay, let's take a look at another one. Haruna John Daki from Kwale area of Abuja says, in his opinion, that the government have a collaboration with the CBN so that the CBN will use the individual's account number to be disbursed to disburse the monies. Haven't we done that already? Under MFLA, the various interventions
the CBN
from
saying they're moving away from those kind of
interventions, because I dare say that during the COVID-19 interventions, the NASAL interventions, there was widespread irregularities, corruption of the process. I'm not saying it cannot be addressed significantly, but the CBN's involvement, I think, was not a success. That direct involvement was not a success. So perhaps maybe not a good thing to go back to doing that again, especially since the CBN governor said they don't want to be, they don't want to be, you know, involved in the front end anymore, especially regarding Nigerians and direct disbursement. There are other line ministries that can do just that in an effective way if well managed. Okay, I think that's all the time we have for this particular interactive session. For all those who tried unsuccessfully with the phone lines, apologies for that. Sometimes the network services can be quite tricky and unreliable. But we go again tomorrow for yet another conversation. But we thank you most kindly for sharing your thoughts, your views, and recommendations with us on this particular important issue.